Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. This is going to be your Raid Shadow Legends daily recap. We have a lot to talk about. It is Tuesday, April 27th. We've got the first ever stun set, artifact set, boosting frenzy event, they're calling it. We've got new missions coming where the reward is going to be a new champion, things that are going on top of the Arbiter missions. We finally know the affinities confirmed for sure on the stages 21 through 25 that are being added to the game for the new artifact dungeons. So lots to talk about. Let's get into it. Alrighty, and then really quickly, you can see here, the Underpriest Brogni Fusion is almost done. I will be fusing mine today, and I sent this picture out yesterday to represent the feelings of the Brogni Fusion. So hang in there, a couple more days left. If you're going for this guy, really hit the ground running, but we'll cover tournaments and events here in just a little bit after we get over the most important stuff I wanted to cover in this video. And one of those things is this 2x stun event going on. At least they did coincide it with a Fire Knight tournament going on, so people are going to be grinding the Fire Knight, and Stun's one of the better sets in the Fire Knight. There are lots of good artifact sets: Savage, Stun, Regen's better than people think, crit damage, shield, immunity, lots of really powerful sets that can be used properly with good teams in the right situation. So Stun, definitely one of them, really good for faction wars, Doom Tower, anytime you're going up against lots of waves and regular mobs, like not a boss fight, not like a clan boss or something. Stun's good in the arena too. So yeah, I want to know your thoughts on the Stun set down below. I always enjoy reading your perspectives as well. I think it's going to be a good thing. I think and now obviously if they made it like the curing set, I'd be like, really? Come on. So hopefully we only get set events for sets that people actually want to use, like top 20 sets. When you start getting down to like the 35th best set in the game, people are going to be like, really? Now I don't want to grind the Fire Knight at all. So as long as they get the proper, as long as they structure it properly and pick fun sets that people want to farm, I think these should be a net positive, especially if they coincide it with a tournament or event like they did here. So I think it would be a bad thing if they released like a dragon tournament and then they did this. So then you'd have to kind of like choose, well, do I want to focus on the dragon and get my event points, or do I want to farm the stun set? Then it would be a lot worse. But if they're going to coincide it, I think it's all in all a good thing. But I'd love to hear what you guys think. And that leads me into the most important thing I wanted to cover in this video, and that is the dungeons, new levels, and affinities coming. Now, we did get a teaser video about this, like 6-7 weeks ago, something like that. And there was images and artwork and teasers in that video showing new dungeon levels, and they showed the affinities on there. But I didn't want to make content about that or confirm that with you guys because it could just be artwork or something. And every time I asked them, they would not confirm with me. They were like, hey, we'll let you know as soon as we can. So I never found out anything until today in terms of something I can confirm to you about the affinity levels, because in that promo video, it could have just been placeholder artwork or something, or it could have been subject to change. So it was a tough situation for somebody wanting to inform people. But finally, as of this morning, now we know, and I can get this out to you guys. So this is going to be an image showing all of the new levels coming to the game. So Minotaur and Potion Keeps are not going to change at all as far as I know. They're going to stay the same. Obviously, the affinities don't really matter on those. They're just kind of the same. But the 4 artifact set dungeons in the game are all going to be changing affinity. Every single one of them, the last stage is going to be a different affinity. And we're getting some different mechanics to the bosses. So your champions like Cold Heart and Royal Guard that do enemy max HP are not going to hit nearly as hard. I believe they're going to cap it at 10% of the boss's HP. So we're not going to have Septimus running in there and hitting the spider for 60% of its life or something, or Cold Heart slamming the spider for 40%. That stuff's going to be capped at 10% of the boss's life. So those nuke strategies are not going to really work in this spider. I mean, if it's capped at 10%, you've got to hit the spider 10 times to bring it down. So you've got Septimus running in 10%. Even if you have double Septimus with double Royal Guard, and then you reset with Prince Kymar, you can get up to like 80% or so. So we're going to have to kind of change how we go about farming some of these bosses. I believe we're going to see new strategies kind of emerge, and then you can see the artifact, the difference in the drops. You're going to have 5 and 6 stars still, so that doesn't really change from stage 20. There is no like new tier of like mythic gear or 7-star gear or anything. It's going to be the same, but I'm sure the percentages are going to be drastically different. I believe in stage 20 runs currently, the odds are pretty close to 70-30. It's like 70% 5-star, 30% 6-star. Here it's probably gonna like flip-flop, hopefully, like 70-80% 6-star, and then like 20 or 30% 5-star to make it worth not only how much longer it's gonna take and how much tougher it's gonna be to get to, but also you can see it takes 20 energy instead of 16, and then the middle stage is gonna be 18, it looks like. So 21 to 24 will be 18, and then stage 25 will be 20. So it's gonna need to be significantly better if there's no new tier in order for it to be worth it. But in terms of the level 25 affinities, because I think that's the most important part, we've got the Golem changing from Spirit to Magic. We get the Dragon changing from Magic to Force. The Spider is going to be changing from Spirit to Magic. And then the Fire Knight is going to be changing from Force to Spirit. They are also going to be lowering the effects. I forgot to mention this. This was tied on to the percent HP thing. The turn meter effects are going to be less devastating to the bosses. So when you've got someone like a Lure running in with their A1 on the Fire Knight and slamming down the turn meter, that's not going to be as effective anymore on these stage or on these new bosses, and especially on stage 25 for sure. So we're going to have to see new strategies, new things emerge, and probably go a little bit different in terms of farming these dungeons. So that'll be fun to dive into, and I will keep you guys posted on everything that I know and all the different teams I'm trying to come up with and test to optimize these runs as soon as I can. And then we have also learned that we're going to be getting a new tier of progress missions. You can see here currently the progress missions end when you acquire Arbiter. That is the finish line, and you have completed all of the progress missions. But they're going to be adding new stuff onto that, and we're going to be getting a new champion as the final reward again. So you'll get the Arbiter. I believe the requirements to get Arbiter are not going to change. This is just going to be another stack of progress missions on top of that after you completed Arbiter. So this is the picture of what the new champion looks like. Looks incredible. Absolutely love it. But I don't know about his kit or his stats or anything. I will get you my thoughts and get him added to the tier list as soon as I know that information. But as of right now, all we know is the acquisition process, which is going to be progress missions, and the artwork, which is right here. And then again, I mean, as long as they implement this decently, I think this will be a net positive for the game. It adds more life. It adds like a longevity element, more things for players to work towards and complete, and should make raid last a little bit longer in terms of somebody being hyped to log into the game and do objectives. So I do think that's a good thing. It's going to be tough for them to get the champion right because he's going to need to be good. Otherwise, people are going to be like, really? I don't even care about these missions, whatever. But he can't be, like, broken stupid because he's a progress mission reward. So you don't want one champion to kind of go out to every endgame player and just kind of ruin everything. So it's going to be tough because he's got to be good, but not too good. But if they pull it off, it should be a positive addition to the game. But now we'll go ahead and cover the tournaments and events, things happening in the game currently. There is a Fire Knight tournament going on. Now, this is going to be your normal run-of-the-mill Fire Knight tournament. There is no Under Priest Brogni, fragments available or anything on the right side. So my main recommendation on this is get at least 1,000. 10 core hammers for 1,000 points is pretty decent, so at least go there. And then the epic book up here at 2750, if you're starving for those, would be a good opportunity to scoop up one in there, because we do double dip a little bit with dungeon divers going on. We'll cover that in a second. The champion training tournament is going to be ending soon, and you do get fragments on this, so this is going to be a big focus today. If you have not gotten up here to get these 20 fragments, there's 15 also below that, so make sure you're at least getting to that point today, because the champion training is going to be ending if you're going for Under Priest Brogni. Then as we pull up the events, as I talked about, the dungeon diver event right here has got just over a day, and then you can see here I made sure to get to the 3625 yesterday. I'll be fusing Brogni tonight, but I wanted to kind of test out some of these epics and play around with Giscard especially, so I could learn more about him before I fuse. So I did that last night, was testing him for a little bit, recorded some footage, and then now tonight or during stream or something, I'll fuse Under Priest Brogni. Artifact Enhancement event is also ending today, and there are the fragments down here at 3,300. So you're going to want to pay attention to a couple different things going on today, and make sure you're staying on course if you're going for Under Priest Brogni. So now let's head on into the shop and see if there's anything worth going over. You've only got a couple days left to decide on the monthly pack. I haven't plugged this in for a little bit, so let's go ahead and do this. I like to do this every couple weeks just as a good little refresher course if you guys are curious on how good this pack is. So we've got that, and then we're going to go with the 5 Ancients, 3 Voids, 1 Sacred, 2.57. Boom, a pretty solid pack right there, and you've got a couple days left to decide if you want that. This one doesn't look like it's going to be very good of a chained offer. Let's go ahead and go 5 energy refills with 850. Unfortunately, I can't see all of the chained offers that come after it. No, let's not do that. Let's go 850 energy here. Boom, 1.27. Yeah, not gonna get started down that path. Doesn't look enticing enough. And then Divine O, $20. No, we got another pack string. This one I can actually see what's coming, but I don't know all of the prices. And then sometimes when I figure out the whole string, I'll do like a quick YouTube short, like a 40-second video, and let you know. But as of right now, I don't. So all I can do is plug in the first tier here. Yeah, we got the brews coming out for the like the champion training is going to be ending, but we've got 80 brews, 400k silver, and then 400 gems. Boom, 1.51. So yeah, neither one of these are really good enough to embark on the journey down the winding path of figuring out what the chain is, in my opinion. So nothing really hard to go after today. And then remember, this weekend should be 2x sacreds if we go by the normal rotation of shards. So here in a couple days, we'll have confirmation on that, hopefully, and then this weekend will lead us into a 2x sacred summoning event. So that'll do it mostly for what I want to talk about in this video. I'll pop up those affinities right there if you wanted to take a look at that on the way out here. But yeah, so some exciting things. We don't know the exact date of when any of this stuff is going to launch. We just kind of know what is going to be coming soon. Soon could mean a couple weeks, couple months. We don't know the exact date. As soon as I know the date, you know, I'll let you know when that comes down the line here. But yeah, just to wrap up, the Ice Golem is going to be magic. The Dragon is going to be force. The Spider is going to be magic. And then the Fire Knight is going to be spirit. Now remember, they don't ever want the last stage to be void. So that's why you see magic getting used twice, because they can't use void in the last stage. They try to make the last stages be an actual affinity and not a neutral one like void. So now if you're watching this video right away, I will be live. There is a link down below in a pinned comment that'll say I am live and link to my Twitch stream if you want to come say hi and hang out while we're just playing some raid and talking about some of the stuff going on currently. So that'll do it for this one. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.